Why women lust after some men but still end up friend zoning others. Women say that they want a nice guy. You know, you go online and you see all these women talking about, I want a nice guy, I want a respectful guy, I want a guy who treats me well, princess treatment, all this kind of stuff. But then you look at reality and you pay attention to not their words, but their actions. Who are they actually getting with? Who are they actually sleeping with? Who are they actually dating? Not the nice guy, right? They're treating the guys who they say treat them like shit. Those are the guys who they're getting with. And you probably look around and you're like, why? I treat her so well. I'm super nice to her. You know, we hang out a lot. We laugh and we get along really well. And we're like super close. But why does she like that other guy over there? Why does she like Chad over there? Why doesn't she like me? Because Chad turns her on and you don't. This whole, I see you as just a friend thing. When a girl says that to you, oh, I see you as a friend, I see you as a brother, that just means that she is not attracted to you. And the truth is she already decided that before you even started getting really close. Ladies watching this, get in the comments, let me know. Women can know within 3 seconds of looking at you whether or not they want to fuck you. Okay? Women know very fast. They just look you up and down. They can read you. Women are very good at reading energy and the people's vibes and whatnot. You're probably sitting here thinking, okay, well, I like this girl and she friend zoned me and she said she wanted a nice guy, but then I'm nice to her and she doesn't want me. And it's yeah, imagine if it was a little different. Imagine if you were just being yourself and you were being nice to her, and then you ended up working up the courage to confess your feelings to her or whatever. She reciprocated that. Imagine she reciprocates that and she says, oh my God, I feel the same way. I've been waiting for you to ask me out, blah, blah, blah. And then you guys go out and it's a great time. And then things go really well. And then eventually things start escalating. You might even get physical, if things go really well. And then you go on more dates and eventually you guys enter a relationship and she's your girlfriend and you both live happily ever after, right? That's probably what you were hoping for. And in that scenario, she did like you. And in that scenario, she did lust after you. In that scenario, she did find you attractive within those first 3 seconds of seeing you. Something about you turned her on. Is that the reality that you're in? If you clicked on this video, probably not. The truth about the friend zone is that it just means there's no primal spark. It just means there's no lust. There's no sexual attraction on her end. If a woman ever tells you that she just thinks of you as a friend, she just doesn't find you attractive. That's all it is. No amount of words or game or being nice can really change that. You can't convince a woman to be attracted to you, to be turned on by you. She either is or she isn't. She's either sexually attracted to you or she's not. Attraction is not something that can be just earned. You can't work to increase a woman's attraction. It's just something that's there. A lot of people think it's just the face, but it's more so your body, your physique. You don't have to be the most muscular jack dude, but are you just in shape? Are you not fat, sloppy man titties everywhere? Even there are some women who like fat dudes, actually, so I take that back. But do you have a body that turns her specifically on? What about your demeanor, your personality? Do you have a personality that turns her on? A lot of these nice guys are really just pushovers and they're just kind of wimpy and they put women on a pedestal and just treat them like some unicorns instead of human beings. And women don't really find that attractive. On a subconscious level, women want a guy that they view as above them or better than them. Not saying that you are better than her, but she just wants to feel like you're out of her league a little bit and she's been able to reach you based on actions, based on women's actions. Most of them don't want to date down. Most of them don't want to deal with a guy who is just chasing after them like a little puppy dog. A lot of them will keep that dude around for attention, right? You have the Twitch streamer e-girls and all their simps, all their followers and stuff. It'll be like that. That's why they'll say, oh yeah, we can just be friends. But that just means it doesn't want to fuck you, bro. That's all that means. To bridge this gap between where you are right now getting friend zoned and then where you want to be, which is out of the friend zone, You have to be able to trigger attraction. You know, if you're walking around and you got friend zoned by a girl, or maybe you got friend zoned by multiple girls, you have to take that as feedback, right? That's not failure, that's just data. You have to look at it and be like, okay, you know, she doesn't find me attractive. You know, what do I need to do to become more attractive in general, and not for her specifically, but just for yourself. So give yourself more options. You start going to the gym, you start meditating, you start going to therapy, you start working on your, you know, your personality, fighting your inner demons, you start healing your mental health. And all of these things, going to the gym and like getting better physique and like meditation and becoming calmer and all that stuff, healing from your traumas, all of these things are going to make you more confident, right? They're going to make you more comfortable in your own skin. You're going to be more grounded. So then you're going to have more aura. Your aura is going to increase. You're going to get plus 1,000 aura points. And then when you walk into a room, it's like you command attention without even trying. You're not trying to. You just walk in there and you just are yourself. You're just being yourself. And that alone gets women's attention. That alone is going to get you all the women that you want, basically, by trying less and just being and allowing your body and your energy and your personality just speak for itself. The women who actually are attracted to you and actually want you, they'll filter themselves in. You're no longer the guy chasing, right? You're no longer the simp. You're the guy who does the choosing. If anything, women start simping after you, because now you're that type of guy, that archetype of guy that women in general are attracted to. You have all the general qualities that the majority of women would be attracted to, because it's just biological wiring for women to be attracted to a strong guy, right? Physically strong, but also mentally and emotionally strong. Not a guy who's all controlled by his emotions and stuff. That kind of guy is very rare nowadays. There's not a lot of us out there, right? So when you become that, when you are that, you're all of a sudden in extremely high demand from women, but you're in extremely low supply. If you know anything about economics, that just means you're a luxury good. You're a luxury item now. You don't have to try. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to try and break out of the friend zone or avoid getting friend zoned. Like, women don't want to be your friend at that point. They want to fuck you. They want to date you. They want to lock you down. They want to fucking like become your wifey. Like, they want you to put a ring on it. You're the man that they've been looking for, but they can't really find. But you have to do the inner work. You have to go to the gym. You have to do all the basic boring stuff that you always hear. And you don't do it for them. You do it for you. And as a byproduct of getting jacked, of getting more grounded, of getting emotionally and mentally healthier, you pull more women without having to try. You become the man whose presence alone triggers their lust, triggers their attraction. And you'll never get friend zoned again after that, because the friend zone is only for guys who don't trigger that primal lust within her. If this video made sense to you, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what video you want to see next, and I'll talk to you guys soon.